Hi, if you're just joining me for the first time, this is Express here with Keyon Onyeka. This is a romance and a gifting brand. So we're here to dish out romantic vibes all the way. So subscribe and stay tuned for more juicy content. So first up, for this episode, I would want to share with you where to go and what to do to celebrate Valentine. I know a lot of persons have not planned. A lot of person who think that Valentine is every day, and then when it's getting to February 14th, they realize that Valentine is probably not every day, and then maybe they need to get their acts together, right? Or just you just lost track, or you're just short of ideas as to what to do and where to go. I'm going to be sharing where to go. I'm going to list three places, and then I'm going to break it down. So you want to stick to the end of this video because it's not just what you do, it's how you do it. It's not just where you go, it's how you go, right? So the three places that I have for you to spend your Valentine with the one you love is number one, high-end restaurants. Number two, outdoor spaces. And number three, hangout spots, like indoor hangout spots. So let's start with number one, high-end restaurant. This is one of my favorite. So high-end restaurants, very cozy. The lights are dim. The meals are well curated. The ambience is soft. Everything is speaking love. Everything is speaking romance. When you just step in, it's like you tend to forget all of the sorrows, all of the craziness, the razness, of the world. So that's why I really, really like high-end restaurants. And choosing a high-end restaurant makes you think of dressing up and putting yourself together. The thing with couples most times is that the only time they see sometimes their spouses dress up is maybe on Sundays when they're going to church, and most times they are in a rush. You just dress up, you go to church, and you come back. You just take off the clothes. You don't. It doesn't seem like you're actually dressing for each other, if you get what I mean. Or sometimes just dress up and go to work, and they don't have time to admire themselves and just look at themselves, because at home, most women, and I understand because I'm a woman, we just want to take off the wig, take off the makeup, just rest, just breathe. That's not the time to look sophisticated when you're at home. So choosing a high-end restaurant makes you actually think of dressing up, dinner gown, and look good. And for the man, makes you also think of dressing up, suit, tie, and all of that. So I would advise that you go all out. The man, wear your suit, wear your tie, shoes matching the belts. So just put yourself together. Put yourself together. And my ladies, of course, I think a gown works. I think a gown works perfectly for dinner settings. Hopefully, a body fitted gown or a loose gown or flowing gown, whatever, but something that just makes you stand out, makes you be the spotlight. You get right. So, and then of course, do your makeup. That is the day to do your makeup. But like I said, you have to look put together. So you do your makeup, get yourself together, put on some nice perfumes and all of that, and get ready to move, right? So there are a lot of activities that should have happened in the morning. Maybe I'll share, how I think you should wake your spouse up on Valentine's Day. I'm going to share ideas around that. But this is evening. This is you thinking of going out to a high-end restaurant. So, for the man, make sure you're very vigilant as to walk in front of her to open the door, right? This is not the day you want her to, be manicured nails. Ooh, you can't be dragging, your nails cannot be fighting with the door. That's wrong on all, that's a crime. Any man who stands by to see that should be arrested. I'm just kidding. But that is the time you want to step in and open the door. If you're, of course, if you're driving, you would want to go open the door for her, let her sit, you know, shut the door. If you're using an Uber, you know, do the same, right? And then, of course, you get to the restaurant. Most restaurants that have attendees at the door, so you walk in, make sure you pull the seat for her, let her sit, right? So treat your woman like a lady. Make sure you do all of that. And then when you are together, in the high-end restaurants, usually high-end restaurants, they don't have very loud music, and that's why I really recommend that, because at this time you're able to really focus on each other. Make sure you maintain eye contact, look into each other's eyes. When you're talking, really see each other, really, because sometimes we don't see ourselves. We just get busy. Everything is happening at the same time. The children, work, hustle. Nobody is really looking at each other, right? But I think the essence of choosing one person out of the billions in the earth is so that the person can really see you, right? So at this time, I think that you guys sit, um, chit chat, talk, but a lot of silence, whether deliberate or not, should be happening, right? Just sit in the silence, really taking the details, really see how your partner has changed physically, mentally, and all of that complements them. The beautiful thing about really looking at them and looking into their eyes and admiring them is that you can actually give genuine compliments, right? So you could just say, I like just something about your eyes. Your eyes are really gentle, or I remember the smile when we first met and all of that. The smile is still there. Or you complimenting the guy, you're like, or your haircut is is really cool. Or I like the way your tie is. I just like the fact that I'm in your presence. That I'm in presence of such magnificent man, this king, this wonder. I'm just being in your presence is it's I'm just in awe. Really, you should just, and this is the time you want to say the things you feel. Really, please say the things you feel. If you don't say the things you feel to your lover, who would you say it to? So this is the time is to say the things you feel, you really, really feel. And I recommend that you could also get a poem, right? I'm a poet, Kiyonoyeka. On Instagram, you can check out my account. I have very beautiful poems. So you could just take one poem and say, while looking at each other and say, okay, I want to dedicate this poem to you. And then you just read it. You say, oh, I saw this poem somewhere and I think that it describes you. And then you just read, or it describes what I feel for you. And you just ask them to listen and you just read for them, right? And then the meal comes, you eat, you have a nice time. I think what really makes it special is the conversations you have, the ability to see each other, the moments, the silence, the just existing in each other's world, no other person, right? And yeah, so if you're able to, work together, spend time with each other, hold hands, make sure you hold hands, you know, if your man is not taking the initiative, stretch your hands as a lady and let him take your hands. So make sure you hold hands, make sure you know you maintain eye contact, make sure you touch, gently. Just make sure that you're cozy together and just really, really have a good night. And then when you get back home, if you're married, you continue from there. I'm not going to give other tips. I'm going to go to the next point because I've already talked too much. So moving on to the second place to go, outdoor spaces. I feel that outdoor spaces are least explored, but they can be very, very great for Valentine, especially when you are a couple that maybe you work remotely and you don't really really go out, you don't really explore outdoor species, or you're a couple that loves nature. I think that outdoor species can be great. Choose outdoor spaces where you can play couple games, where you can work with swings. There are maybe animals to look at, to play with, or you can walk in the path, holding hands and just gisting and just enjoying nature. I know that this is not something that we see a lot in Nigeria, but you could, just sit out and then maybe watch the sunset. Or you can have a picnic basket that you can set up, and you and your partner can, just have that time together. I think if you can set up a good picnic scene, it would be worth the while. So remember to bring games, remember to bring couple cards, very simple games, or even very, very, very complicated ones, to play and have fun. So I think that that is a great idea. You breathe in nature. You can even go to the beach, just see the water, see the waves running, carry each other, just really, really have fun. That is a good and refreshing way to spend Valentine with your partner. So, number three is indoor hangout spots or events. For instance, indoors like cinema. Cinema is a great way to spend Valentine. You can go and see a romantic movie together, and the coziness of the cinema, the dark coziness of the cinema. You can cuddle up and just watch a good movie. So I think that cinema is a great idea. There are also events in town that are couple centered, love themed, love centered. Those events you can go for where you can play couple games and all of that, but they're indoor. There's been set up, it's been set up for couples and for Valentine. So that is a good place to go and spend your Valentine. So just go and check out what movies are showing, check out tickets for events, um, and then just have fun. I do not, for some reason, maybe it's just a personal preference. I do not really recommend very loud sports, except you guys really, really like loud sports, because I feel that Valentine is a time to really see each other. It's a time to, have moments, very intimate moments. So I think all of these very rowdy, loud places may deny you that opportunity to really hear each other speak, because you're shouting and talking over each other, and it's just Raz. It doesn't have that softness, right? It doesn't have this softness that is required to just relax and, you know, breathe each other in. But I may be wrong. There are people who just want loud pleasers, right? So if that works for you, then absolutely. So, if you are not going out, I'm going to also share tips for those who are not going nowhere. They want to stay home. Yeah. I think that that's it for that's it for it today. I think if you pick any of these things I have listed, you're really going to have a cozy and intimate time. Really, Valentine is not every day. Valentine is not every day. Valentine is once in a year, and you should take out time to celebrate the love that you have. If you want more specific ideas, more customized ideas based on your budget, based on your location, based on your dynamics, you can send me a message, send me a DM, and I will give you ideas as to how to celebrate your Valentine with your loved ones. I'm available to give you ideas for free on how to celebrate your Valentine. So just DM me, DM me. I'm a lover of love, so I'm available for your service. So please subscribe, please follow this account. You're going to get value. Seriously, so you're really, 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 you're going to get value. So there's just so much more coming on this romance side of things. It is Expressia with Kay Ononyeka. Until I see you next time. Bye. Subscribe. Subscriber.